Last night I uploaded the new version of SkyTrack 1.7.1, and again with this video I want to quickly review the new features. The most significant thing that's new with this version is the ability to resize your screen. So the main dialog, you can now resize to whatever size you want. The challenge I had, I've been working on that for quite a while. My compiler does not automatically allow for resizing, so that has to be specifically coded. And the main challenge I had was the format I chose right from the beginning with SkyTrack in this multi-layers, multi-levels of tabs. And so SkyTrack has over 1,200 different controls. And with normal resizing, I'm then resizing, as you click and drag, I'm resizing 1,200 controls. So that can be quite slow and jittery. So I took a different approach, and you can see here as I click and drag the border that it's just a border that's redrawing. And as soon as I have my size and let go of my mouse, then everything redraws, and that just makes it much quicker. Again, for the whole general outlay and format that I used for the software. The other thing you'll notice is that it always keeps its proportion. So the ratio of the width and the height always stays the same. So even if I just click and drag out the width, the height will automatically adjust to keep the same proportions. So our maps and everything are the same proportions. And same when I maximize, it doesn't cover full screen. It goes to the full size it can with maintaining those proportions on the screen. The other thing you'll see is underneath setup and general setup, I have this default program size. So that'll be basically the startup size of SkyTrack. So instead of it just remembering the last size you had it at, because you may be messing around, it'll be sort of a standard size that you want it to start up with. So for instance, on this particular computer and screen resolution, I might choose that. And so every time I start up SkyTrack, it's going to be, whoops, I just made it smaller. It's going to be that size. So that's optional. The other update is I finally updated this world map with the country detail. The data I had before was quite old and wasn't accurate, and I was able to find a data source that I could first of all understand the data and then convert it to my drawing routine that I have in SkyTrack. So these countries should be up to date now, and there's a few new options with this map under setup. If we don't want the latitude longitude lines, we can uncheck that, and then we won't have the lines anymore. As well as if you prefer the other world map that's on the satellite tracking tab, you can now use that. And we can resize that one. And again, we have the option of drawing those latitude longitude lines. And lastly, under the gamepad setup, previous versions of SkyTrack, you could only use the left stick, and now you can use both the left and the right stick on the gamepad. And you can define whether you want that to be fine tracking adjustments or coarse tracking adjustments. So that would be, fine would be like clicking these arrows, and coarse would be like clicking those arrows. And again, under setup, you can define your fine and coarse adjustment, and the timing being in terms of seconds. So right now, the fine adjustment is 0.1 seconds. The coarse adjustments is a full second. And perpendicular axis is in terms of arc minutes. So you can change that to whatever range you want. That'll probably depend on your field of view, either in your eyepiece or your camera. So that's it for SkyTrack 1.7.1.